Well, hello, and welcome to this volume of Living Word. Today I'm going to do something that may seem a little redundant, but I want to show you why gender words are actual meanings. When we change them, we change what things end up meaning because we name things accordingly, whether we get it or not. So, realize that there is a law of gender, and every person, everything has a masculine and feminine side. Feminine just means that which nurtures and creates from within itself. Masculine means that which places action or outward energy expression from itself. Now, I'll go into why that is. We'll start with male and female. Manifested, active, as it lie, expressed. See how this just got one thing. Now, if we say female, it's the form expressing a manifested, active, as it lie, expressed. So it's one that can express male. It just means it can express action from where? Its form expressed. Oh, female. See what I mean? Now, with those words being a little more in depth, we can say masculine and feminine. So masculine is like to mask something, but masculine. Notice one has line, and the other one has nin, or as in the word nine at the end. So we say masculine because it's the manifested, active subject, concept, underlying, as it lie, or active base, identified notion expressed. So it's masculine. It's something coming from itself. But the action, the manifested active subject, conceived, underlying, as it lie, identified, notion, expressed. Now really think about what I'm saying by that. I know it's a lot of words in a row, but if you think about it, it's exactly what it means. It means to be coming from yourself in action. Now, feminine, form expressed, manifestation, identified notion, identifying notion expression. So from its identified notion, it identifies notions of expression. See? So from itself, it gives from itself. Not just the action of itself, from within its identity. Masculine only has one I because it's as it lie, identified notion expressed. And the other one is feminine because it identifies other identities. The word nine is also the ninth letter I. So, now let's go into words like him and her. Here, identified manifestation. Okay. Now one is here and it's identified as the manifestation. Now her is here expressing reference, or here expressing other humans. R is the human number because it's active here. Or 666 is a form forming forms. See, that's why we say reference, when it's not a person-related word or a living flesh-related word. So now, let's move to the words boy and girl. Base, ongoing, vitally identified. So the way something is, upon itself, vitally identified. Now girl, generate identity, reference, active base. A girl is a young woman because they are an active base to generate an identified human or reference. Cisgender. I'm going to go into that word because it seems to be a new cool thing for people. Sorry, I'm not trying to put anybody down. You're allowed to feel the way you feel, but a lot of times you are led to be felt that way by somebody else. But let's just say, a lot of times you were convinced to think that way because there was no one else there in your childhood or in your state of despair to lift you to a higher place and make you feel better about who you are, or to teach you about who you are, because many people themselves don't know. So cisgender, concept, identified, subject, generated, expressed notion, dia, expressed reference. So the word gender is literally generated, expressed notion, to or from, or dia, the expressed reference or human number. So it's the generated, expressed notion to or from your expressed human. That's your gender. See? Now, when you say cisgender, it's the concept identified subject. So if you were born a man, you identify with being a man because it's your concept identified subject, gender. And if you're a woman who was born a woman, you say that you are a cisgender female because you are a concept identified subject, gender. See, the way you were born, the way you were conceived, not just concept, conceived at this point. So now the word mother, manifest, ongoing, plus here expressed reference. So from her, she can express a reference. From her manifested, ongoing, plus here expressed reference. Now father is form, active, plus here expressed reference. So it's the action that we're expressing the reference of, father. Now let's take their smaller words and say mom and dad, because mom is the 13th letter. It's intense, and it's the first teen. It's 12, then 13, M, because it's an active concept that on-go and can actively conceive. See, M-O-M, manifest, ongoing, manifestations from inside herself, because she's intense already with an M. Now a dad is dia, activating, dia. And as I said, dia means to or from. It means the director of active direction. So the where you came from, you had to have a dad and a mom. So therefore, you should try to be happily a gender, not somebody who doesn't identify with a gender, because you happen to be a spiritual being in a body, and you were given a body. Unless you were born with both parts, there's no reason to want to be the other, because you decided to do this before you came, and you let other people convince you, or other people make you feel that way. And believe me, sometimes you'll come right into another lifetime after being the opposite gender and feel like the other, because you still resonate with it. That doesn't mean to go have some surgery and mutilate yourself. It means to accept who you are and live the best way you can in that body, simply. Now, there's only a few more. There's brother and sister, because think of the word broth, express reference. So he's another base reference, ongoing, plus here expressed reference. So they came from the same broth. They came from the same base reference, ongoing, plus here expressed reference. So it's male. Now the sister is a one who can grow something inside them, like a cyst. Subject identified, subject plus express reference, because they can subject a plus, sister. So it's a feminine word. Do you see this? This is stuff that nobody knows besides me. And it goes way deeper than the words and letters. This is way deeper. Way, 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 way deeper. I can't express how deep this goes into how the human diet should be, how we are all here with a certain purpose, not some live your best life idea. Sorry to tell you that, but it's true. Now the last two are man and woman. Simply put, manifest, active, notion. That's why all humanity is considered man, because we manifest active notion or manifest active nature. The active concept activating an active dia, to or from, the managers of the earth. Now, when we specifically say a woman, we're talking about a person that manages a womb, womb-an, plural, ongoing, manifest, active, notion. Oh, so they already are plural, ongoing, manifest. Active notion. It's the active notion of somebody who can pluralize, which means they can have another from within them. See how these words are literally, letters are alive. And if people don't understand that, they're going to want to try to separate the two, but they would not be able to communicate as an organic living body if they didn't have a way to speak or to have intelligent information relayed from one to another. That's why I say we can take this language and translate it into other languages, and it will all make sense, what I'm trying to teach you, because this applies in every language. So let me just say, when people say that God is He, then they're only saying that because it here expresses. It's the things that are here expressed. Now, when someone says God is a her, that's more the idea of Gaia being a god, not like a man up in the clouds. Now they're saying that nature itself is God. you're lessening the idea that nature actually is created by the creator God, not male or female. It's neither. But when we say him, as in God, or he, we're talking about the everything that's here expressing. He. So when we talk about a guy, here expression. When we talk about a girl, here expressed to that can refire, that can here express another human with an R on the end. See how these letters mean much more than anyone has ever been taught? And the reason for that is because nobody was ever taught by the higher powers. People were taught by other people. Now I'm a person that knows that I'm so unpersonal, even though I'm in a body, that I myself even say that Dan means nothing to me, but of course my body does, and of course that name gave me a title, and I love it. But there's a part of me, as the individual I am, knowing that other people have a hard time accepting and understanding this, that doesn't want to be associated with who Dan Alexander was before I became enlightened. If people would actually listen to who I am now and forget about everything I did before then, because it's gone, it's done with, it can't be changed. It can be made up for. And I've asked for the forgiveness from everyone I can think of. I've given myself forgiveness, and God has forgiven me. So, that's all I'm going to say for this video. Bless you guys, and ask me any questions you have. Peace.